Basically it calculates the changes. It's a vending machine code. Let's first run the code. Let's take $1.95. Welcome the vending machine change maker program. Change maker initialize, and this will show stock contents in the vending machine like $25, 25 nickels, 25 dimes, 25 quarters, and 001s and 05s. Let's enter the purchase of $195. Then it print menu for deposit, and shows for nickel, D for dime, Q for quarter, O for $1 bill, F for $5, and C for cancel the purchase if the users cancel the purchase. And the payment due is $1.95. If the users give $1 bill, then it's minus $1 and shows 95 cents. If the users give $1 bill again, then it print please take the change. That is 1 nickel, means 5 cent we have to give back to the users. Then the shows $1. And also it also update the stocks of this, like users deposit $2, then it now it $2, and we give 1 nickel to users, then it also minus $1 from 25 nickel, so it will be 24 nickels. If the users enter Q for quit, then it's update the total. It's also update the total amount of this. Okay, now let's once again run the code from the initial 3.25. Now we take 3.25, indicate your deposit, like I deposit F $5 bill, then users get $7, $18. If again 0.35, and I deposit 1, I entered other than this value like N, D, Q, O, F, C, like I 1, then it shows illegal selection. If I write 7, like numeric, like any numeric value, then it also shows 7, illegal selection. If I entered any other alphabet other than this, it also show the same error. If I entered O, means O for $1 bill, then it's like this, and I entered Q, then it. Okay, now let's understand the code. First I declared total amounts of nickel 25, total amounts of dime 25, quarters 25, ones 0, 5, 0, and total cents nickel into 5, dimes plus dimes into 10, quarters into 25, and ones into 100, and 5 into 500. Okay, then this print this, and I use F string for this, and then I declared a one boolean which is equal to true. If the boolean is equal to true, then this loop will run. If the users enter Q, then the boolean value will false and the loop will not run. Okay, and if the enter Q, then the total cents will calculate and print the total cents in the values like this for dollars and cent. Else if the user entered the value, let's take 1.95, then it multiply by 100 and it will be 195. It will easy for the calculation, that's why we did this. If the users sent will be 0, if this code calculates and at the one time it will be 0, like, then this will also stop, loop will stop. If it is not equal to 0, then this loop will run, and it print the menu of deposits like N, D, Q, which we seen and the output. Here is the another loop, nested loop, while I is less than user sense, and I already declared as 0. User sense meet this one 195. I already declared, I already convert this into float and multiply by 100. If users, if z is equal to n means nickel, then user sense will minus 5 and nickels will plus 1, because the users deposit to 1 nickel, then from it will be 26, because users entered a nickel value, right? And this loop will run because users will n value. If the user send is less than 0, then positive, I convert this user sends, sorry, if the user sends is it's minus 5, and this loop will once again run, because it's not correct, because 195 minus 5 is $190. And if the user's input f, let's take to the f, means 500, means we have to give some changes to the users. If the user sends, this loop will run because it will be true, because 195 minus 100, it will be a negative value which is less than 0, and I converted the negative value into positive, and I declared a variable as positive, and I also declared a variable as list, as in this list I have 25, 10 and 5, and I run a loop, other loop, for loop. In this, I for coin in list, like while if the coin in list means, let's take 25, and then it will run like here is the coin will be 25 positive, and it will directly goes to here, coin is equal to 25 and quarters minus 1, quarter is equal to 1, and this will calculate it and print. Even if the user sends at the one time, the user sense will be the 0. It like users input $2. If users input $2 as $1 bill and $1 and input $2, then the user sense will be 0, and so it will print no changes due. And if the users enter C, means cancel the value, then the value will false, and this loop will not